Every day, Delta Force hits their all-time peak player count on Steam, but it's taking longer than ever to find a match, and the lobby is nearly empty when you do find one. You're starting to see the same names in every other match, and you start to wonder, is Delta Force really dying? There's been no substance release-wise since the last season dropped, and a lot of people would say it's far-fetched to claim that the last season had any substance. But on July 9th, we're gonna get the 5th season of Delta Force, and today, I'll be going over the new operator, the new maps, weapons, and more. But the real question is, can this next season save Delta Force? To put it lightly, the Delta Force journey has been rough. This game was a lot of fun, and the experience was as unique as it could be as a hero shooter, but the lack of content has players drifting away. The majority of maps aren't that good, and the gameplay is starting to feel stale because of the game's current metas. And on top of operators like Luna and Suniva completely ruining the flow of the game, the cheater problem and the stale and predictable experience has even more players leaving. But if you're still playing the game, I'm sure you're hoping the next season can give the majority of the player base what they want. The first thing that can spark some excitement for players are the new maps. First is the new Operations map, Tide Prison, available on day 1 for PC and later in the season for mobile. And it looks like you'll need to spend 80,000 Technic Alloys to get in, and you'll probably have to spend upwards of 700,000 Technic Alloys on all the gear that you'll need to take on everything this map has to offer. Before you jump in and play your first match, you should know that this isn't going to be your average drop and loot scenario. When you load into the game, you'll be starting in a cell, and you're going to have to find your way out in order to start looting. Luckily, the devs want to give players enough time to escape and loot gear, so you won't start near any other squads, and you probably won't see any other players for quite a while during the match. This map has 4 different floors and underwater zones, and this map is divided into multiple sectors, with each sector centered around a vault that contains high tier loot. The combat on this map will be pretty unforgiving also. This map is mostly filled with tight corners and hallways, but this map does have a few key access points that'll take you to different sectors, giving players a lot of room to ambush or flank enemy players. It seems like there's plenty of opportunity to extract on this map as well. There will be helicopter extractions, underground tunnel extractions, and bagless extractions. Bagless extractions will be available 15 minutes into the match, and these will be located deep in different underwater locations, offering 1 extraction slot each. The helicopter extractions will become available within the last 10 minutes of a match, but the locations of these extract points will leave you exposed to attacks from multiple different points. Things are going to be a little different when it comes to tunnel extractions. In order to use these extract points, you'll need to complete a minigame on the 3rd floor of the medical area. Then you'll need to head to the 2nd floor of the office block to activate a switch. After you've completed those objectives, one of the 3 tunnel extract points will open. Once the door closes, there's going to be a 5-minute cooldown. You can activate the switch again, but these extractions cannot be opened a 3rd time after the door closes. Operations players should also expect a new boss in this map called Raven. This boss fight will be tough, since this boss has 4 heavily armed guards with him. And he's also capable of releasing a mist that can stun and distort player vision, making the whole fight feel more chaotic. If you manage to take him down, you could get loot worth up to 2.5 million Technic Alloys, the new D6 tactical helmet, or a new keycard. This new map definitely seems like it can offer a ton of replayability, and it seems like the devs want this map to be a real challenge for skilled and experienced players. For the Warfare players, we have Cyclone, a massive tropical island where you can fight on the ground or on the water with the new jet ski, attack boat, or with the new fighter jets. And of course, we can finally swim in the water. Unfortunately, you can't shoot underwater, but you can use your tacticals and abilities. So if you're playing a Stinger, you can use your smoke screen and your smoke grenades, and Uluru can throw his incendiary grenades. The real star is the dynamic weather. Halfway through a match, a storm can roll through. This will lower visibility slightly, so you may need to change up your playstyle during this time. There isn't a whole lot to say about this map, but based on the gameplay leaks, it looks like it could be really good. One thing I'm not certain of is if the fighter jets are dropping on day 1 of Season 5. There were leaks suggesting that the jets weren't in the Season 5 test servers, so they may not drop until later in the season, but we'll just have to wait and see. Dropping with this season is Tempest, the new assault operator with some real potential to cause some chaos. Her real name is Claire Ann Byers, and she comes with some pretty aggressive gear and abilities. Her auxiliary spine allows her to quickly roll in different directions up to 7 meters away from her original position, similar to Byron's dynamic propulsion ability. And just like Byron's ability, it will reset when you get kills. Her gadget, the Drill Charge, will stick into walls and release electric currents that will paralyze or disarm enemies that are within the Drill Charge's radius. Her ultimate ability is the Emergency Evasion Device. When her ultimate is activated, it'll drop anchor points down. when her ultimate is activated again, or if Tempest takes fatal damage within 40 meters, her ultimate will pull her back to those anchor points. And if you manage to get down while being pulled back, you can use a self-revive to get yourself back into the fight. Unfortunately though, this feature is only available in operations, so players still have to rely on their team's medics to get revived in Warfare. Her passive will grant a 10% speed boost while enemies shoot at or near her, and if Tempest falls a certain height, her safety rope will activate, and it'll suspend Tempest in the air for a limited amount of time. If you're in a situation where her suspension mode is active, and the timer runs out, you can use the combat roll to reduce the fall damage. And of course, Tempest will be free to earn and play as when Season 5 drops on the 9th of July. We'll also be getting some new weapons this season. The one I'm excited for is the new AM-17, now called the KC-17 Assault Rifle. For operations, this AR will have a max damage range of 55 meters, and it'll deliver around 33 damage within that 55 meter range. With the extended barrel, you can increase the max damage range to 72 meters, effectively removing any damage drop-off in most situations. But besides that, there isn't a lot to talk about. The other weapon we're getting is the compound bow. This weapon was supposed to drop last season with the K437 and the double barrel, but it was delayed until this season due to some issues that players found in the Season 4 test server. The bow will deliver 90 damage within a 65 meter max damage range in operations, and based on all the footage, it seems like the bow will be a one-shot to the head and 2 or more on the body, but we don't know for sure. We'll just have to wait and find out when these weapons drop on the 9th. Weapon balance changes are also making their way into Season 5, but as of right now, there have only been leaks on the weapon changes in operations. The CI-19's range will be buffed from 27 meters to 35, the AKM's damage will be increased from 39 to 49, the short barrel will now offer a 2.5 times headshot multiplier, and the long barrel's recoil will now push the AKM down before it starts bouncing up. The M7's abdomen multiplier is moving from a 0.9 to a 1 times multiplier, the SR25's abdomen multiplier is also going from a 0.9 to a 1, and its limb damage multiplier is moving from 0.4 to 0.5. The first 3 shots you shoot from the SR9 will no longer have recoil, and the MP7's hipfire spread will now increase during prolonged hipfire. There's also going to be a new battle pass, packed with new limited time items. There's going to be new deluxe collection skins for the AUG and the CI-19, including some type of frost-themed kill effect. There will be some voice lines and animations tied to this deluxe collection, and there will obviously be some custom inspection animations for these weapon skins. And the Arknight collaboration will include skins for Luna, Toxic, Stinger, and Hatclaw. And best of all, we're getting new charms.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
All the new content seems like it's going to be really fun, but the most exciting thing coming to Season 5 is the console release of Delta Force. On the 19th of August, you'll finally be able to download and play this game completely free. You can even pre-order this game for $9.99 right now, and you can get 750 Delta coins, weapon skins for the M249, the Vityaz, and the Car 15, as well as a couple of intermediate and premium XP tokens. But like I said, this game will be completely free, so you don't have to pay for anything if you don't want to. Even though a huge majority of console players say they aren't going to play this game because the console release took too long, I think the console release will provide a huge bump in players and relieve those long wait times. The main reason the console release took so long is because the devs wanted to make sure the aim assist was balanced on day one, so players don't have to deal with the same issues that plagued Call of Duty and Apex. On top of that, there are some new quality of life changes coming to Season 5, including a new collection room and operations where you can show off all of your rare loot, and Victory Unite will have a new commander hub to make team play smoother. Unfortunately, there are a couple of unnecessary balance changes coming to operators as well. Byron's dash cooldown has been increased, so it's possible that getting a kill immediately after dashing won't reset the dash. And D-Wolf's slide distance has been reduced. It's not really that big of a deal, but it's unnecessary. After getting a good look at all the new stuff coming to Delta Force, I think this season could breathe some new life into the game. This is one of the biggest updates coming to Delta Force, and the content we're getting will provide tons of new ways to play. The new Operator Tempest is really going to switch things up, and the new operations boss Raven will provide a good endgame on the new Tide Prison map. While all the warfare balance changes haven't been revealed, I have some high hopes that they'll provide some proper changes that'll switch up the current metas. And whether or not console players say they won't play the game, I think the console release could be a real game changer. I don't know what it is, but I'm actually pretty optimistic for the future of Delta Force. But that's just my take on the new season. I want to know what you think. What part of Season 5 are you most excited for? And do you think the console release will actually help the game in the long run? Let me know in the comments below. If this breakdown helped you, then help me out and hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on future news and content updates.